Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I decided to come out 5 minutes early so I can give you an 8-month synopsis in 5 minutes of this wonderful adventure that I've had with your children this year. I wanted to explain to you briefly all of the visuals behind me because if I talk too much, the natives get restless. So we're going to kind of keep the ball rolling tonight. At the beginning of the school year, you notice up on your left icons or musical notes of colors. This is the Rainbow Song. The purpose of that song was to teach the children a rest. The importance of the rest is silence in music, which is so important to create musicality. As the year began to progress, they needed to understand Titi and Ta, this language you might have heard them speak, which, if any of you are musicians, are precursors of quarter notes and eighth notes. How do you teach that to a child? Well, we started with the Halloween poem, as you see, with big pictures and little pictures, connecting that fact that the little pictures have to be spoken a little quicker together, and that's where the Titis are a little faster than the Tas. By Thanksgiving, I was able to actually put the notation of what TT is in with some words. So now they can understand not only do they have pictures, but some words with this notation. At the same time, you notice trains. How do you teach melodic contour to a child? You have to have them read left to right going up and down. Well, we started with the trains and the train song of where trains went up and down, and they were different colors. Simultaneously, as we're learning the rhythm, we have to learn how to sing and make our voice match pitch. You do that with a technique of singing with your hands. It's Zoltán Kodály, a Hungarian philosopher, created this system. We will show you tonight how we sing with our hands. So we physically place the pitch. The trains, the colors of the trains are different hand signs that they begin to learn, so, mi, la, re, and do. From that train song that we learned mid-November, by February I was able to transfer the Valentine song, not only putting the notation of Titi and Ta, but those hearts all represent different colored hand signs. So what's the whole point of that? Behind me you see the song Teddy Bear. That's the first visual representation of all three elements of music: words, rhythm, and melodic contour. They were able to see the names of those hand signs that they have been singing. We'll show you that process tonight when we perform Teddy Bear for you, using those words with the connection of the pitch and the hand. By the end of the school year, they were able to understand that the song that you see that's got A, B, A, B, A, two different ideas put together to create song form. Those long arrows are scales. Scales are very important because in the first grade, we play them on the xylophones all the time. Scale is the foundation for ascending and descending melodies. Finally, we use a lot with movement. You will see at the end of the show that we have songs that connect. I've danced for a very long time, and I think that in today's world, children don't move enough. And I teach kinesthetically, which means they feel and touch and sense and play the rhythm before they see it visually. So when they perform, finding a partner and doing something with a partner, especially in today's world with social media and screens, can be very challenging. So we have that tactile feel to feel the beat with each other. I think they've done a marvelous job. And it's 7 o'clock. So in this next 40 minutes, I can't tell you that this is my favorite show of the year because I know what they looked like when they came in and saw me in August, and I can't wait to show you what they look like tonight. It's pretty spectacular. Can I please present half of the kindergarten performing for you the Music Hour? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the way we warm up every time we come into music. The first song we're going to sing for you tonight is the Rainbow Song. We learned how to use a rest, which is a point of silence in the music. Kindergarten, please show the audience a rest. You will see us use this hand sign when we sing for you the Rainbow Song, followed by the Halloween poem and the Valentine song. Kindergarten, please take one step forward and have a seat. The Indian Hill curriculum requires us to learn 5 hand signs during the school year. We were very busy and we actually learned 6. We'll show you the first 5. Kindergarten, please show the audience so, me, la, re, and do. And number 6, which we're not supposed to learn until first grade, is fa. We have 5 bell players from Miss Ventresca's class who are going to show you how we connected these hand signs to the song Teddy Bear. Will the bell players please take the stage? You will notice that these bell players are going to put a sign around their neck, which is the word that the hand sign is. They're picking up a bell, which is the sound that the hand sign is. We're going to play for you Teddy Bear on the bells, then we'll sing it with our hands, then we'll stand up and we'll sing the words. Kindergarten, please stand and take one step back. After we learned 5 notes, we realized if we added 3 more, we would have the scale. We have 8 bell players from Mrs. Zing's class are going to show you how we use this scale in the song Teddy Bear. Will the bell players please take the stage? You will notice that these bell players are arranged in a certain order. We have Luke, who is lowest to the ground. He is holding the lowest sounding bell. Luke, would you play your bell one time, please? We have Will, who is highest from the ground. He's holding the highest sounding bell. Will, can you play your bell one time, please? And in the middle, we'll play for you the scale. The scale. We have a song that goes with the scale called Kitty Cat. Kindergarten, please stand and take one step up. The next part of our program is introducing 2-part songs that have 2 different ideas in them. The very first song we're going to show for you actually uses 2 classes, each one representing one of those parts. We have Mrs. Stevens' class will be playing instruments, and Mrs. Zing's class will make a small circle of partners as we perform for you. Come, my friends, it's time to play. Will Mrs. Stevens' class please take the stage first? Will Mrs. Zing's class please make a small circle of partners? And life goes on. The next two songs we're doing are the last two of our two-part song form. The next song has two of our favorite train songs put together, and we're actually going to perform them doing trains. So we have that, and we have a poem connected with a dance, which classifies that as two-part song form as well. We have Mrs. Stevens' class first, who will be performing Engine Number 9 and Get on Board Little Children. Will the conductors please take the stage? The next song in our program involves some dancers from all three classes. We're going to show you how we can make a circle on stage, walk in the circle holding hands, change direction holding hands in the circle, do something with one partner, and turn around and do something with another partner. Very complicated and done so well. The song is called We Hear It, There's Music. Will the dancers from each class please take the stage? This song is probably my most favorite song of the show because I'm going to ask you to participate with us. Here's the directions. If you see your child clap, we want you to clap with them. If you see your child pat their legs, we want you to pat with them. If you see your child stamp their feet, we want you to stamp your feet sitting down with them. And if you see your child touch their head, well, of course, we want you to touch your head too. I know it's a lot. I actually have helpers to keep everybody so you don't become confused. So helpers, would you please take the stage? Great job. You did that quite nicely. We're almost at the end of our program. The last 6 songs that we do, each class has 2 songs that they are featured with in movement. No explanation from me. They know exactly what to do, so all you need to do is just sit back and enjoy. I will tell you, we'll start off with Mrs. Stevens' class. The piano movement they're going to show you is what we did in the beginning of the school year, so they could learn to connect a certain style of piano sound to a certain movement, and that would let them lead to listening to the piano. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our program. We have one more song left. And this song, we hope you have your program handy. Our finale this evening actually came from a fifth grade musical in one of the very first years I was teaching here. And I heard the song, loved it so much, I thought to myself, I wonder if my kindergarten could do this. Well, I think they sing it as well as fifth graders could, but be ready. We just might ask you to do something. Thank you so very much. You did a good job. We have a few thank yous tonight before we leave. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Dennis Dupps and his high school video crew who came here tonight to record this wonderful program. We have 4 cameras set up in the back, and if you didn't think about buying a DVD, you should. He makes a terrific little Disney movie out of the show this evening with extra graphics and pictures. It's just such a wonderful keepsake, and all of the proceeds go right back into funding the technology program at the high school. So think about that on your way out. Mr. Dupps, thank you so much. Give him a nice hand. Secondly, we have 2 older siblings who saw the show this morning and were kind enough to come back this evening to turn on the spotlights to illuminate this wonderful performance that you saw. Please give a nice hand to Will Roberts and Anya Freed. A few more thank yous. The next 3 thank yous go to, if I would say to them the teachers that would be at the bottom of the descriptor list. These ladies are my friends. I worked with them for years. They're kind, wonderful, nurturing people who have such a high expectation and create the same disciplines that you do in your home, in their classroom. It makes my job so easy to know that we all want the best for your child, and we always extend that challenge. We know that they're going to be able to succeed. And on top of that, we want every minute that this child is at this school to do something with. And when I have to find time to put all 3 classes together to practice, they are so flexible, and it's just such a joy to work with them. Please give a nice hand to Ms. Ventresca, Mrs. Stevens, and Mrs. Zink. And finally, we have one more thank you. And this gentleman is such a fine leader in our school district. He opens up the doors to all venues of technology that keep us on the cutting edge and keep us all right amongst the top 1% in the country. He's never a moment where I have walked by his office and he hasn't smiled and said, "Hi, how are you doing?" He always sets everyone up for such a successful adventure on anything that we do. And he's a man of many talents. Come back next year in the first grade musical and you'll see his extra talents on the stage. He's agreeable and helpful to do anything that we ask, and he's just a terrific principal. Please give a nice hand to Mr. Nichols.
Boys and girls, I am amazed. You did wonderful. Let's give them another round of applause. They are fantastic. Oh. I will be brief, but I also need to get the number for some of your tailors. You guys look really good. I could use a new suit. Tell you what. Ms. Watson, I have the pleasure of hearing you practice over here all year long. And I know they have been working so hard, and tonight's the payoff. So, Ms. Watson, wonderful job. Thank you. Again, students, you did a wonderful job. We're so proud of you. Aww. Congratulations.
As I said about 45, 50 minutes ago, that I remembered what they looked like when they first walked in and they did that piano movement way back in August, and look at them now. Such a terrific growth, and I'm so proud of all of you. Give them one nice more round of applause. They so deserve it. Thank you, boys and girls. All righty. We are going to make our way back into the gym. They have instructions. Number 1, to wait patiently on the black line for you. And number 2, if you would please tell their teacher when you go to pick them up that they are in safe hands with you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming this evening. Kindergarten, please stand.